Zdravím vás všetkých pri ďalšej časti z rituálu na 4 dielky hon. V minulej časti sme skončili trošku inde, áno, ja viem, ale nakoniec som sa rozhodol, že si ešte trošku povarím mimo natáčania, aby sme mali dostatok tých potionov na posledný hlavný quest a aj posledné veci, čo budeme robiť. Takže ja si myslím, že toto tu už bude dostačujúci počet a už ma to nebude ani srať, ani nič, čiže toto už bola posledná dávka potionov na tento tu Let's Play. Taktiež som si podával 2 skill pointy. Jeden skill point som si dal do skouška trav, pretože sme to level upli, tak som si tu nadal jeden bod. Ako iste viete, ostatné mám vymaxované, takže nikde inde som ani bod nemohol dať. A taktiež som si dal bodík do jedlíka, hej, mali sme jeden bod schopnosti, tak som si ho dal do jedlíka, čiže to znamená, že môžeme skonzumovať všetko to jedlo, čo sme si so sebou ťahali celý ten čas a čo nás tak ťažilo v podstate. Čiže to je cool, to je veľmi nice, konečne budeme môcť využívať jedlo po dlhom čase. No a môžeme ísť na to, pokračujeme ďalej v našich sidequestíkoch. Včera sme robili jeden secret sidequest, ktorý teraz môžeme... Aha, nemôžeme, musíme počkať deň. OK, ale počas toho, ako som varil, tak mi poplo toto, takže môžeme ísť za Liamem a Matildou po to prekvapenie, čo si pre nás nachystali. Som fakt zvedavý, že o čo ide. You got me intrigued. Takže sa povie pozrieť, čo tu na nás čaká. Taktiež pojeme predať aj tú trofej, Griffiu, ktorú máme na koníkovi, aby sme si tam mohli dať ten pekný štít, ktorý sme dostali za to, že sme pomohli rytierom. It looks cool. No a máme už aj obraz, výborne, takže 2 muchy jednou ranou. Let's go, let's go.
Oh, Witcher, greetings. Kind of you to come. Matilda and I, we've a surprise for you.
Koukám, že sa vám daří dobře.
You two seem to be getting along.
We are. There came a point we realized we had no grounds to quarrel. Things became altogether pleasant.
And a bit spicy.
Romantic, quite.
Needn't say more. Glad things are going well for you.
Aj no. Tieto tu čuňárny si nechajte na súkromie, prosím. Čo je to za prekvapenie?
Some new monster I need to kill?
No, something far more pleasant.
We've produced a wine. According to the best sommeliers, it might just dethrone Estes.
We owe this success to you. So, if you'd agree,
We'd like to name it after you.
what shall we call it?
Okej. Geralt z Rivie, Rezník z Blavikenu, Bílý vlk.
Why not White Wolf?
Wild, with character. It fits perfectly.
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like to send a few bottles to your home every so often.
I'd be honored. Thanks.
No, we thank you. Take care, Witcher.
Jo, není problém. Majte sa tu pekne. A dostali sme sample. Bílý vlk. OK, dáme si. Výborné. Parádne. Taktiež si dáme aj sušené ovocie. A máme 1000 HPčkový buff. Yes. 11 000 HP. Huge. Bude to scalovať dobre s úplnkom. Dobre. Tak, môžeme si ísť rovno aj po ten obraz, ktorý na nás čaká. Som zvedavý, ako bude vyzerať. Sme skoro skapali kvôli tomu, kvôli tej podobizni, tak dúfam, že to bude vyzerať dobre. Dúfam, že chlapec má talent a že ma iba nejako neojekabátil. Dobre, ideme ešte ale predtým za obchodníkom predať tú trofej z Grifa a potom si ideme po náš obraz. Aj keď neviem, že či teraz na trhu bude ten chlapec, lebo je noc, ale v niektorých questoch to nevadí, že prídete aj v noci, tak som zvedavý, že či to bude fungovať aj teraz. Pokiaľ áno, tak si ušetríme čas aspoň, nebudeme musieť meditovať. Pokiaľ nie, tak bohužiaľ, musíme si trošku zameditovať a počkať do rána. Každopádne poďme sem, dúfam, že chlapec už má viacej koruniek pri sebe. Jo, there it is, thank you very much. Predáme tú fajnú grifiu hlavu za 540 korún. Ty kokso, všetko, čo som minul na alkohol, na to varenie, tak sa mi reálne vrátilo. Bomba. Proste odpadávam, no. Tie peniaze by sa nám tak šikli, keď sme robili tú vec s ofirskými upgrademi. No ale tak tá flak, no. Teraz ich máme. Keď už nám ich až tak netreba. Dobre, môžeme ísť sa pozrieť aj v noci. Tak poďme. Hello there. No. Pekné, páči. OK. OK.
Greetings.
Nemal som zbroj náhodou?
There you are. So, our painting. Are you pleased? Is it to your liking? Do tell.
Čakal som niečo iného.
Not exactly what I imagined. I believe I posed with all my clothes on. Clearly remember that, in fact. Some other details are off, too.
Valid as a criticism. I depicted you in a more flattering state. The painting has drawn crowds, aroused a great deal of interest.
Vidím, no.
Can see that. Anyway, some advice for the future. Warn your subjects about your intentions. Your next model might not be so forgiving.
You don't like it. I'm hurt.
Reálne aj začalo pršať kvôli tomu.
Perhaps you'd care to buy the painting. Given our rapport, I shall take a loss. For you, I'll part with it. I will, at a special price.
500 korún. Ha. A tak prečo nie? Aspoň nebudú okukovať tie ženy cudzie a nejakí typci, proste polonahú podobiznu Geraltovú. Radšej to budem mať doma niekde za
Why
sebou.
not? It'll make an interesting memento. Though I'd hardly call the price a bargain.
Indeed. Few have the sophistication to appreciate my technique. I sometimes go hungry as a consequence.
All right. At least this way I'll be able to control who sees it. Thanks.
Jo. Takže máme pekný nový obraz, ktorý nás stal malé imnení, ale I don't care, máme toľko peňazí, že mi je úplne jedno, že toto stalo 500 korún. Ako keby nič sa nezobralo z mojich peňazí reálne. No, tak si ho poďme zavesiť doma. On sa tu bude vyjímať a už presne viem, kde ho dám. Už presne viem, kde ho mám dať. Nemám rád, keď tejto krajine prší. Nesedí to do tejto krajiny. I hate it. Ja chápem, hej, že dážď je dobrý pre úrodu aj pre všetko, ale kurva, ja tu chcem slnko. Dažďa som si užil vo velene. Tu by som radšej slnko, ale tak čo už, tá flak, no. No a tuto bude v gestrume, aby každý vedel, že je v dome Geralta Rivie. Jo, nádhera, beautiful baby. Dobre, takže tento tu môžeme, čo ja viem, zahodiť napríklad. Predávať ho nechcem za toto drobné korunky. No a teraz, keďže tieto dva questy máme za sebou, môžeme ísť na hon na vysoko a to je posledný side quest v tejto oblasti. No wow, ja odpadávam. Všetko sme to stihli v rekordnom čase. Dosť dobre, takže poďme na to, poďme ukončiť tieto tu sidequesty poslednou zakázkou. Je to zakázka, ne? Hej. Takže poďme na to. Cannot wait to get on the main side of the story. Takže nebudeme zdržiavať.
Take it easy.
Opa. Dobre. Už sme tu.
Come on, Roach.
Môžeme ísť. Takže o čo ide, hošánci? Čo by ste potrebovali? Jaj, počkaj, tu je tá výstava. Aha, takže toto už máme hotové. A toto je čo? Dopis od ženy hrabiete Belrada. To už sme čítali, ne? Okej, tu sú naše, tu sú toto odfotografované veci. Nice.
Both male and female Beauclair centipedes are formidable predators. The bees prefer to hunt in packs, yet the author of this extraordinary work was able to capture a lone specimen preparing to attack. Cast your eye on the hunter, who, though fully aware of the danger, wears a look of cold determination on his face.
Selfie.
The optimal moment to strike.
On sa odfotil selfie, what the fuck?
Ah, Geralt, you're here. Wonderful. Come, please.
Wow, ja tam bojujem o holý život a typek si dá selfiečko. Wow, dobre no.
I've a small gift for you, and I shan't let you refuse.
Okay.
You are free to sell it, of course. I
Ooh.
would be honored were you to hang it in your home.
Poviesím určite. Jak sa darí tvojej dcerke?
Talked to your guards back at the camp. Told me about Clarissa. Sorry to hear about her accident.
Thank you. Kind words that mean a great deal to me.
How's Clarissa these days? Probably can't wait for you to get back.
To get her gifts, you mean? I've dispatched 2 already. She'll not need to wait for my return. En route home, I mean to pass through Dol Blathana. They say one can see Sylvans there.
Ooh, okay.
Actually happen to know one. Name's Torquay. He can be mean, but for the right fee, he'll do anything you ask.
Splendid. I thank you for the hint.
Tell him I send my regards.
Easter egg z knížiek. Dobre, výstava probíha dobře?
Good crowd. You got a lot of friends. All of them seem to be fawning over your paintings, too.
Oh, when you have as much coin as I do, friends buzz around like flies on fresh meat. And they praise
Tak to,
you
hej.
to high heavens for each trip, burp and sneeze. Not all are lying sycophants, that's not what I mean. Just most, unfortunately.
Why
Jasné.
bother? Why even invite them around?
I'm a man of enterprise and must put my trade before any personal hatreds or sympathies. Besides,
Jasné.
Besides,
at times, I'll exhibit a completely failed painting just to listen to them twist their tongues into knots trying to find just the right superlatives to lather on smeared rubbish. Naturally, the more intent someone is to get into my good graces, the louder they praise my masterpiece. It's devilish fun, I tell you.
Ja verím tomu. Pekný trik. OK, s Bohom. A veľa šťastia, šefe.
so long now.
Veľmi milý typek. No, tak poďme si ešte zavesiť tento jeden obraz domov. Asi viem, kde si ho zavesím. Asi viem, kde si ho mám zavesiť. Tento tu obrážčok. A potom môžeme ísť na hlavný questík. Pretože už nič iné nám neostáva. Honestly. Blížime sa ku koncu, moji milí diváci. Neverím, že to tak rýchlo zbehlo normálne. Príde mi to ako včera, keď som natáčal prvú časť. Ale dosť o tomto tu. Poďme si zavesiť náš obrážčok. A ja si myslím, že sa bude hodiť tu, pretože vyzerá, že to je... OK. Nie je to úplne rovnaká veľkosť ako ten napravo. Dobre, tak potom viem, kde to dám. Toto dáme naspäť a tento tu dáme sem. Yeah. Sorry, pán náušnička. Ideš do riti, mám totiž o mnoho lepší obraz. Mám tu samého seba. Dobre, a tohto tu môžeme zahodiť na zem, prípadne. Nebude zavádzať nikomu. Jedna malá taštička na zemi. Dobre. Tak, let's go za Regisom. Let's go za Regisom, poďme ho pozdraviť a poďme riešiť toho jeho kamaráta Detlafa, ktorý sa nás pokúsil zabiť. Ktorý taktiež zabil aj... teraz pozor, Milton, ne? Milton, hej, zabil Miltona, našeho kamaráta Miltona, ktorého mi je doteraz ľúto, takže ja by som ho rád pomstil, ale keď Regis hovorí, že typek je dobrý, tak uvidíme, no. Uvidíme, ale som ohľadom toho trošku skeptický. Ja si myslím, že nakoniec bude musieť byť put down, you know. No nič. We shall see. And let's go to Regis now. Let's see what we can do. Hello. Zdravím, vlčikovia, stojíte mi v ceste. No poďte. Dobrý pokus. Try again next time. Or maybe not. A ešte niekto tu je, hej. Tým smerom sa pozerám, takže... Ha? What? Dobre, neviem, kde je ten typek. Geralt pozerá smerom dole, ale potreboval by som... vedieť, kde presne je. No jasné. Na opačnej strane, of course. Geralt pozeral si zlým smerom a ojekabátil si ma. Sa mi nepáči. Dobre. No a môžeme ísť za Regisom. Nechcel som, aby ma nejaký trápny vlčík otravoval, keď tu budem s Regisom kecať. OK, watch out, watch out. Cool. OK. Jo, asi nemohol, I guess. Nevadí. Jednu archeosporu a jedného gula vybavíme hnedky. Čau. Ako sa máme? Už nie veľmi dobre typujem. Ešte niekto? I hear something. Pavúka počujem. Hore. Aha. Jo, hello there. To nebol pavúk, to bola archeospora. I knew I heard something. Pekne, pospawnuj si toto svoje trapošiny. Nepomôžu ti. Trapné kvietočky. Dobre. I think we are in a clear. Počujem ešte aj pavúkov, ale tí sú... podstatne ďalej. Takže to asi riešiť nebudem, dobre. Poďme rovno za Regisom. Díky, že si mi nepomohol ináč. Lebo určite vieš, že sme tu. Klop, klop, klop.
Regis! Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be another way in around here.
Budeme musieť ísť cez tú jaskyňu, typujem. No nič. Ach jaj, Regis. Počujem niečo pod nami, takže... doplníme náš olej. Ale akurát, že... neviem, za ktorý vymeníme, že či za ten Rime, alebo za ten, čo je skoro plný. No nič, každopádne je treba nový. Dobre, vymenili sme to za ten Rime. Nice. A napijeme sa niečoho. Neviem si, čo dole na nás čaká, ale napil by som sa... Full Moon. Aby sme zužitkovali ten HP buff z jedla aj z Full Moonu. 14300 HP, let's go. Extrémne veľa HP. Ja keby tank som bol. No dobre, tu dole asi musíme ísť. Hopla. Hello, Kikimora. Of course. Čo iné? Mej mi dobre. 4 poisony. Môže byť. Ešte. Ešte aj mamička došla, hej. Nádhera. Čo by to bolo za fight bez mamičky, ne? A ešte jeden sa tu objavil, pozrite ho. Jau. OK, tu na trošku sa napoiznujeme. Tu nás sa trošku napoiznujeme. Ale tak nevadí. Nejako to už prežijem. No čo je? Your children are dead. And you will soon join them. Just like that. Too easy. Mám trošku poiznu? Don't make me laugh. I handled much worse shit than this. Jo, v podstate už ani nemusíme nič lútiť, lebo však máme všetko, čo potrebujeme, ale toto je čo? No?
Decaying bones. Kikimores must have tunneled into the grave.
OK. Takže kikimory sú takí malí krtkovia tiež, no. Určite lepšie než ten Vejky. Neviem, ako by sme sa s ním poradili v takomto zúženom mieste. Ideme tadiaľto, keďže tam ideme za Regisom, ale chcel by som sa tu viacej porozhliadnuť. Sice máme všetko, hej, čo už potrebujeme aj viac, ale... Lútenie, ako iste viete, som loot goblin, lútenie... is one of my favorite activities in games like this, takže určite budem lútiť. Hello, sword. Casus Fodris, nice. Strieborný rytierský meč, môže byť. Prečo nie? Dobre teda. Tu na nič nie je. A tu už bude asi Regis, jo, ok. Hello, vampire friend.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Detlef wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
OK.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Musí byť, hej. Čiže ty by si ho našiel, ne?
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Vyťahol tú ruku všakže.
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the rings seemed the odd one out, but Bruxa had taken an interest in it.
Nádhera. Vonia dobre, čo? Pozor, Regis. Čo to mal akože byť? Si
It's
zobral
Detlef's
pamiatku?
hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Nemôžeš Detlafa proste
Can't
zavolať.
you just summon Detlef? You're both higher vampires. There's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Detlef. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place.
Okay.
The very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Dobre teda. I cannot say no to the voice of reason. Ale tá bytosť... veľmi zaujímavé. Na čo chceš tú ruku použiť?
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
Okay.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
OK.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
To by bolo dobre. Odkud pochází ten prsten?
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres.
Ooh.
It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
Jasné, OK. No tak uvar ten odvar a ideme sa ponoriť do snov.
Covenarius spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlaff's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
OK.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century.
Čiže sme zabili dvoch asi, ne?
Could go with a kobold's eyes.
A máme nejaké
Creatures
sliny,
are
si myslím,
sentient,
z nich,
rather
či?
not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
OK. Prečo to zoomuje na tú ruku? Pohne sa? Jasné. Stále to žije. Ach, ty upíry. Samé výhody. Regenerácie, ty kokso. No čo? Kamarát Vrana nám pomôže? Hej? OK. Zaujímavý skill, Regis. Nemohol by si ma to naučiť? Zišlo by sa to. Nejakú vranu ako skautenie dopredu, to by bolo super.
Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned. Him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Ale hej, poďme.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Jo,
Sadly,
jasné.
this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
Nejspíš si mne nechtěl pochopit, nechce sa mi mluvit. To má být past?
So, think you've set a nice little trap for me? Sorry. Wanna get me to confess? Gonna have to try harder.
I love a challenge. In that case, my ears are cocked. What must I do?
How about you get the ball rolling? Reveal one of your secrets. Vampires, intriguing creatures, must lead fascinating lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Kde si byl, co si dělal, jak zvládáš svou zdrženlivost, když nepiješ krev? Jaké je to být mrtvý?
Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Dettlaff, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1 million crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
Jak zvládaš svou zdrženlivost? To ma
Got a
zaujíma
new
tiež.
life, new body. That give you a new start, blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity is a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
OK. Dobre. Kde si bol? Alebo nie, jaké je to zotavenie?
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate.
Na
The
všetko
hand
sa
on my
opýtam.
back is one thing, but Detloff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires
Easy,
are
hey?
much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
OK. Pretty good piece of information, I would say. OK. No a to, že vy máte tuhý korienok, počúvaj, ten tvoj kamarát si ani neškrtol, ubral na milimeter HP, takže aj Geralt si myslím, že má dosť tuhý korienok, hej. Nie je to také ľahké, ako hovoríš, Regis. Ale hej, chápem, obyčajní ľudia, no, možno, že tam niečo na tom bude pravdy, ale tak my nie sme všetci rovnakí, bro.
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand or move on my own. Detloff bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
Yup.
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back, defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Ooh. Seems I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now.
Jo, myslím, že sme už zistili všetko, čo sa tu dá zistiť, takže na čo sa ma chceš opýtať, bro?
Alright, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
Asi hej.
See, Regis. Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Ever tried?
See, you're determined to get an answer, to find out if I like being a witcher. Just refuse to ask directly, as always. I like being on the path. I like picking up a lead, a trail. I like the tension right before a fight. And nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast.
Zdravý pohľad na veci,
Yeah, not something I think about much, but I like being a witcher.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment.
OK. Tak keď veríš tomu Havranovi, tak budeme veriť aj my. Nič iné nám totiž neostáva. Ale zabili sme 2 wichtov už. Neviem prečo to tie sliny som nemohol rovno dať. Asi som ich zabudol zobrať, alebo asi je to tajnuté k hlavnému questu nejaký špeciálny wicht. Rozumiem. No?
Ever vigilant even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Tá poklona mne teší.
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around. Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught.
Okay.
It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the white survived entirely unmolested.
Takže kliatba, okay, sounds like a job for me. Co si povedal o tej kliatbe?
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come
Okay.
on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something.
Okay.
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the white's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
Yeah, okay.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate, it's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Lyžičkami,
Spare me
hej?
the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder. Or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Asi to druhé. Žiaden kolektor. Kto zbiera lyžičky? Dobre.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Ja.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome.
Okay.
Thus I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
Dobre teda. Že ešte jedna prísada. Dobre teda, no. Takže. Let's go to that haunted house. Full of spoons? Yeah. Takže. Akým smerom 600 krokov odtiaľto? Nemám ten náhodou fast travel point niekde? Nemám. Očividne sa musíme ísť prejsť. Tak sa poďme prejsť. No issue there. Cestou by sme sa mohli ináč zastaviť tu, pretože toto som nejako minul, toto tu sídlo alebo domy v mojom vyčíňaní. A myslím si, že by tam mohlo niečo byť ešte. Nemusel som ani sadať na koňa, keďže toto tu stalo v ceste. A tak čo už, no. Zase som zabudol, že koľko je tu veľa zverí. Zdravím, vlčikovia. Prajem vám pekné sny. A už prosím, nespawnujte sa tu toľko, lebo ma hrabne. Jo. Toľko z toho, dobre. Let's go check this house. Nie, tento ešte trošku ďalej. Veď to mám označené, o čom to hovorím? Poďme sa rýchlo pozrieť na tú vec. Možno, že to bude ďalšie zaujímavé miesto, ktoré nebolo na žiadnych vývieskach. Možno nejaký secret side quest, a možno nič. Možno, že to proste bude iba také zavreté sídlo, kde sa budeme môcť dostať až v príbehu hlavnom. Either way, I'm gonna go check it out. There it is. Okay.
What's that about?
Hello there. Takže bol to secret side quest.
The dressings, bandages, where did I put them?
Forget it. Bandages won't do him any good.
What? Oh, but he breathed still a moment ago.
Breathed his last then. Bled to death. Legs broken. Femoral arteries ruptured. Wound like that, you're dead in minutes.
Gods.
Ach
What
jaj.
happened here exactly?
I was rolling through, fully loaded, when I heard screams. This one crawled towards the road, then drooped to the ground, lost consciousness. I jumped down to help him, dress his wounds. Then you appeared.
Okej, vidíte to? Oplatí sa skúmať. Pomáhať cizinci, chválihodné.
Pretty admirable stopping to help a stranger.
Truthfully, when I saw him, I considered it might be an ambush. The thought entered my mind, I near decided to crack the whip. But to abandon a man in need? It's simply not the decent thing to do.
To je pravda.
Decent enough in many other places, believe me. Before you go on, clean your hands thoroughly and burn your shirt. Might also want to rub some thyme on your body to be sure. Smell of blood might attract ghouls otherwise.
Who might you be, precisely?
A witcher.
Oh. Do you expect some beast might have killed him?
Pravdepodobne. Ideme to zistiť.
See what we have here. Legs broken, but cause of death's the wound. Small but deep, edges unfrayed. Either a thrust weapon or a thick claw. Maybe a wyvern's. Tough to say, and... breastplate's unusual. Dented. And it's got a patina.
Antiquity, I believe. I deal in these things, so... what's puzzling is... why did he done it?
Not likely to learn that from him. Now to figure out where he came from. From that house, I'm assuming, but need to investigate. Got some work to do. So long.
S Bohom.
Wait, I will come with you.
OK, prečo? To snad nemyslíš vážne.
Gotta be kidding. This isn't a garden romp. Whatever killed him's damn dangerous and
it might still prowl the area, so if it's all the same, I prefer to accompany you.
so be it. But stay close, keep it down, and don't touch a thing.
OK. Typek je vystrašený. do morku kosti.
Trail leads to the house on the hill.
Which stands silent as a grave.
OK, toto fakt vyzerá dosť sus. Máme natreté, potion máme v sebe. Že by som vypil ešte niečo navyše? Radšej. Človek nikdy nevie. Radšej byť pripravený, než potom plakať nad tým, že dostávam ikačka. Dobre. Takže Petriov filter jeden popneme. And hopefully that will be enough. Okay.
Must have been here he broke his legs. Fell while climbing over the wall. Trying to leave the property probably, after he didn't manage to open the gate.
Ty kokso, dobré, že to preliezol. Zaujímavé. Normálne, či toto... No, že z druhej strany sa to dá nejako preliesť, pozrieme sa. OK, oh my god. Masaker. Hej, no, z druhej strany rebrík, hej, no tak poviem, chápem ako. Kebyže to jumpoval, tak to akože by nejumpoval len tak. Damn it, no.
What the hell's this? Setting for a banquet?
It seems so. What's your suspicion? Did none survive? Gods.
Asi nikto neprežil, no, vyzerá to tak. Čo sa tu sakra stalo? A kde je ten škodca? To by ma zajímalo. Urozené rody. To už sme už čítali. Elfské rytiny, hej? OK.
Servant, stabbed to death. Over a dozen blows with a sharp object. Some post-mortem.
I cannot believe this is the work of a man. It was a monster, to be sure.
Torso punctured with great force. Blow pierced hardened steel. Man on the high road. Breastplate was identical.
OK.
Throats massacred. One mighty blow. Shield along sides old and dented. Sword ceremonial. And Shay handiwork clearly.
Dobre, takže elfské veci.
Ceremonial bowls. For little sacrifices.
Of what? Please, do not say humans.
Nah, bro. Žiadni ľudia, neboj sa. Neboj sa, netras sa, potrebujem, aby si bol v pohode. Nie, že tu ešte vylakáš niečo na nás.
Burn marks. Something catch fire. Explode. Strong stench.
OK.
Multiple wounds on the body. All puncture wounds, but hard to tell what caused them. Victim's human, but the attire's elven.
How did he come by it? We've so few non-humans in Tucson.
Že by si ho nechal vyrobiť u krajčíra? Čo ja viem? Alebo si ho donesol z domu? I don't know, man. Každopádne zistíme, že čo sa tu dialo. Očividne išlo o nejaký rituál, to je jasné.
Fled, then dropped to the ground to douse the flames. Didn't manage. Smells growing fainter. Might have been another luckier soul managed to flee.
Možno, hej. Počul som niečo? Nie, sa mi iba zdalo. Asi teraz už niečo počujem, OK.
Double it scorched. Wriggled out of it, tossed it, then ran on.
Dobre, múdre. Dobre, že ju zahodil, asi by uhorol jak ten druhý typek, kebyže to neurobí. Hello? Are you in?
No one inside after.
I know you're in there. Breathing's loud and clear. Open up. We mean you no harm.
No.
They remain there?
Nikto tu nezostal, všetci sú dead, bro. Koho myslíš tým oni?
Listen, I'm a witcher. I'm here to help you. But if that's gonna happen, you gotta answer some questions first. You mentioned them. Who do you mean?
Those, I don't know what they were. Spirits. It all occurred to sudden. We were staging a scene. The death of paying homage. There was a flash of light that blinded me completely. I heard cries, though saw nothing. Then felt my own robes were in flames. I broke and ran, threw off my doublet, leapt in here and it shut and locked the door behind me. They pounded on the door. I thought they would get through. I thought I was done for, but in the end, it grew calm.
Duchovia bušili na dvere? Ako, čo ja viem, možno, ale tak to oni neprejdú cez stenu náhodou.
Who are you exactly?
Durant Fosher Plamondon de Safaran, Lord of these lands, and Chairman of the Society of Friends of the History of Tucson.
Okay.
We meet here annually to mark the anniversary of the Elfin homage, but something like this, why, it's first.
Jasné. To mi došlo.
So while reenacting a scene from the past, somehow, unintentionally, you summoned a specter, a Korgorath, or a tube, maybe.
What? What now?
Best thing? You gotta do it again, of course.
Are you mad? Would you have this thing kill us?
No, don't want it to kill anyone. Precisely why I gotta do my job. Summon it again, whatever it is, and tend to it once and for all.
I know.
Durand, think I can reenact the pledge, the giving of homage, alone?
It was a great, momentous event. The surrender of Tucson's last elfin king. You will need at least 3 individuals.
No, tak to je dobré, že ten kupec išiel s nami. Môžu sa spolehnúť na vaši pomoc. Zatracenie radši vás nebudú vystavovať nebezpečí. Môžu sa spolehnúť?
You know what I'm gonna ask for. Need your help. But I'll understand if you turn me down. No objections? Good.
Tak poďme na
Let's
to.
get to work. Start by clearing the corpses. Got some time. Won't start the reenactment before nightfall. Things of this sort are a lot more likely to work after dusk. One last thing, though. My pay. Don't work for free, you know.
Understood. Just keep the danger at bay, and I shall be generous. Through and through.
Nie, okej. Fair enough. No i zdá, že Argentínu ešte máme, a pokiaľ nie, no tak natrieme whale oil. And that should be enough. Dobre, typek už je pripravený, masku má na sebe, druhý má tiež masku.
Stand, or rather, sit in for King Ludovic upon the elfin throne, while you, Witcher, will play the Enche ruler. We must don the costumes. All must be just right.
Ja, okej. Čo mi dal, masku? Ja, okej.
Divethaf, the elfin king, hosted Ludovic in his own palace upon his own throne, amidst the blinding glow of a plethora of torches.
Dobre, čiže zapáliť ohne, rozumiem. No a ako to vyzerá? 22, ok, to určite musíme pretrieť. Whale oil, baby. Tak. No, and that should be ok. I guess. Petrio filter máme v sebe. Možno ešte by som dal... vlastne ani nie. Pár prízrakov zvládneme aj bez toho. Dobre. OK, čiže... Torches. Môžem to zapaliť takto? Jasné, dobre. Som už čakal, že budem musieť Igni spamovať. Tak. A ešte za ním. No problém. No, dobre. A ešte chleba.
Divethaf filled the ornate ceremonial bowls at long last. The elfin king grasped his sword and shield, thus symbolically passing command of his armies to humans.
Dobre, tas, elfský meč a štít. Dobre, a ako si mám dať štít? Asi do jedného z týchto tu. Yep. A elfský meč? Where is it? There it is, okay. Dobre, takže tak. A tak. A...
Erect in his pride, drew his blade and dropped to his knees, thus acknowledging his final defeat.
Ja, okej, ale toto by som si chcel savenúť. Nejde to savenúť, takže na prvý pokus to musíme dať. Dobre, není problém.
I accept your allegiance and shall return in 1 year's time to...
Okej, to nie sú prízraky, bro.
Look, the statues.
Impossible. God's mother!
Given me no choice.
Toto tu nie sú duchovia, bro. Toto je opak duchov a to sú magičky tamto? Bože. Dobre, musíme vybaviť tie tety čarodejné, lebo ináč sme v riti. Dobre, ona trafila vlastného. Geniálne. To nám veľmi pomôže. Ľahni si. And leave me be, thank you. Tu máš nožik. Poison 0. Jasne, však socha oživnutá nebude toto. Nebude dostávať poison, make sense. Dobre. Hotovo. My chytali pár ohnivých guľí, ale nebolo to až také strašné.
They came alive. By what witchcraft?
Dunno. Specialize in killing monsters. Reviving them, not so much.
Hey, no.
I may know what happened. The statues, you see, once stood in the palace of one Defethov. I acquired them a month past because perhaps I should start at the beginning. This Defethov was to pay tribute to humans, producing statues of this sort each year. Yet he did so but once, for he perished in the massacre of non-humans at the foot of Mount Gorgon in the year 782. It's fortunate he did too, as Defethov had planned Ludovic's downfall, for he sculpted not statues, but columns that masqueraded as such, columns activated with words said in homage. Columns that would have turned the king and his bodyguards into so much colorful confetti.
Typical. Treachery embodied. Elves. Psheh.
Lidé nejsou o nic lepší.
You're no better. Elves were just defending their territory. You humans took it, but you still weren't sated. Had to cut the elves down, every last one.
You? What does that mean? You're a man as we are.
Yeah, in a way. Just ashamed to have to admit it sometimes.
Your words, they're wrong, Witcher. But I'll not let you leave empty-handed.
Jo.
Take this, your reward.
200 korún. Veľmi pekný sidequestík. Dobré, ty kokso, tieto prízraky, kapa. Ježišmaria, sme mohli zaplatiť životom. Ešte dobré, že tie elfky nemali taký dobrý aim a že trafali svojich s tými ohnivými guľami. Very good, ok, nice, ale bohužiaľ musíme už končiť, keďže tento tu secret side quest zabral trošku viacej času, takže v ďalšej časti pokračujeme na main questíku. Takže ďakujem vám, že ste si pozreli túto ďalšiu časť Redux na 4 divoký hon, dúfam, že sa vám páčila, pokiaľ áno, zanechajte like, komentík alebo odberík a uvidíme sa pri ďalšej, takže majte sa pekne.